Few minutes ago, a development surfaced that has reignited intense scrutiny around Meghan Markle and her inner circle, as reports confirm that a former bodyguard has submitted what are being described as secret audio recordings to investigators, alleging that Meghan repeatedly invoked Princess Diana's name as leverage behind closed doors, a claim that, if substantiated, could dramatically reshape the ongoing public narrative surrounding the Duchess of Sussex. If you found this report insightful, take a moment to reflect on how celebrity culture shapes health trends and why responsible conversation matters. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for more in-depth coverage that goes beyond the headlines and keeps you informed as these stories continue to unfold. Share this video, leave your thoughts in the comments section. According to sources familiar with the submission, the former security operative, who worked in close proximity to Meghan during a critical period of heightened media pressure, voluntarily handed over multiple recordings that he says were captured during routine security documentation and personal note-taking. These recordings, now under review, are alleged to feature conversations in which Meghan referenced Princess Diana in private negotiations, emotional appeals, and strategic discussions, allegedly to influence decisions related to security arrangements, media positioning, and access to influential figures. The timing of this revelation has added to its impact. The tapes were reportedly submitted just minutes before news began circulating publicly, triggering rapid responses across social media and prompting renewed questions from commentators and royal observers alike. While no official determination has been made regarding the authenticity or admissibility of the recordings, the mere existence of such material has intensified debate over how Princess Diana's legacy has been invoked in the years since her death. Sources close to the matter claim the bodyguard chose to come forward after what he described as mounting discomfort over remaining silent. He reportedly told intermediaries that he had initially viewed the recordings as routine security documentation, but over time came to believe that the content carried broader ethical implications. According to these accounts, he felt compelled to submit the tapes once he realized the extent to which Princess Diana's name was allegedly being used in private contexts that differed sharply from public messaging. The allegations outlined in preliminary summaries suggest that Meghan may have drawn explicit comparisons between her own experiences and those of Princess Diana, not only in public interviews but also in private conversations intended to sway outcomes. In the recordings, Meghan is alleged to have suggested that history was repeating itself, framing decisions as moments that would either protect or betray Diana's legacy. Critics argue that such references, if proven, represent a calculated use of emotional symbolism tied to one of the most revered figures in modern royal history. Supporters of Meghan, however, caution against drawing conclusions before the full context of the recordings is made public. They argue that any references to Princess Diana could reflect genuine emotional identification rather than manipulation. They also point out that without verified transcripts and independent authentication, the claims remain allegations, not established facts. Nonetheless, even among supporters, there is acknowledgement that invoking Diana's name carries immense weight and sensitivity. Royal analysts note that Princess Diana's legacy occupies a unique place in public consciousness, particularly in relation to Prince Harry. Any suggestion that her memory was used as leverage in private discussions risks deepening existing rifts between public perception and personal narrative. Analysts also emphasize that Prince Harry has frequently spoken about the trauma of losing his mother and the fear of history repeating itself, which complicates the interpretation of these allegations. The emergence of the tapes has reportedly prompted internal discussions among legal advisors and media strategists. While no formal charges or legal actions have been announced, sources suggest that multiple parties are assessing potential ramifications, including reputational damage and possible legal exposure depending on how the recordings were obtained and whether consent laws were followed. These considerations will likely determine whether the tapes ever become publicly accessible. Media reaction has been swift and polarized. Some outlets frame the development as a long-anticipated confirmation of behind-the-scenes tactics, while others urge restraint, warning against trial by headline. The phrase, "used Princess Diana's name as leverage," has dominated online discourse, trending across platforms within hours of the report's release. Commentators have dissected every known detail, often drawing broader conclusions about power, influence, and the ethics of legacy. Former palace staff, speaking anonymously, have weighed in to say that comparisons to Princess Diana were always treated as deeply sensitive within royal circles. One former aide noted that invoking Diana's memory privately to influence decisions would have been considered inappropriate, regardless of intent. This perspective has added fuel to calls for transparency and accountability. At the same time, legal experts stress that the credibility of the former bodyguard will be scrutinized intensely. His motives, the circumstances under which the recordings were made, and his decision to come forward now will all be examined. Any inconsistencies could undermine the impact of the tapes, while corroboration could significantly strengthen the claims. As the story continues to develop, questions remain unanswered. Who will ultimately review the recordings? Will transcripts be released? And how will Meghan and her representatives respond once the details are formally presented? Thus far, there has been no official statement addressing the alleged tapes directly, leaving a vacuum that speculation has quickly filled. What is clear is that this development has reopened a conversation many believed had reached its peak. The intersection of personal trauma, public legacy, and private strategy is once again under the spotlight. Princess Diana's name, decades after her death, continues to carry extraordinary power, and any suggestion that it was used as leverage ensures intense public reaction. As investigators and legal teams assess the material, the public is left watching closely, aware that the next disclosure could significantly alter perceptions. Whether these allegations lead to confirmation, clarification, or contradiction, they underscore how unresolved and emotionally charged this chapter remains. We will continue to follow this story as more information becomes available and verified details emerge. If you want to stay informed on this developing situation and receive clear, fact-focused updates without the noise, make sure to subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts respectfully in the comments, and stay connected as we bring you the latest developments as they happen.